I'm Benjamin Roberts.
I'm Sarah Roberts, and I am Benjamin's mom.
I'm Jacob Sowers, and he's my brother.
Hi, my name's Natasha Randall, and I am Ben Roberts' aunt.
Hi, I'm Craig Roberts, and I am Ben's uncle.
Ever since he was born, 10 years.
10 years? We just celebrated his 10th birthday.
I have known Ben his entire life, all 10 years.
He never gave up. He never said he wanted to stop. I mean, his treatment at times was brutal. He would be up screaming. Some of the chemo they gave him was to stimulate white blood cells in his body, so it increased his pain in his long bones, and he would wake up at nights just screaming in pain, but he never wanted to stop. He never asked to stop.
The way he's brave, and he can stand up to anything, and he doesn't like to give up.
What a loving person he is. He's always pretty happy, smiley, kind, generous. He's just a really sweet boy.
He never complained. He never wanted to quit. He makes me think that when I'm having a bad day or I'm not feeling well or something like that, that I have no reason to complain because of what he went through battling the cancer.
Ben's diagnosis came when he was 5, and I think his resilience is what was so shocking. He would go get his chemo treatments and come home and get on his scooter and ride his scooter and his little bald head. He was stronger at times than his father and I were. And now today, he's just such a got a good heart. He's got 3 boys, and out of all of them, he's got just a heart for kids and anyone in general. He's got a good heart.
Him not wanting to give up, him wanting to keep going on, never saying no, and just sticking it through and always being there.
When Ben was diagnosed with cancer, my husband and I had just been married a couple years, and we didn't have children of our own at the time. And Chester and Sarah had just had Eli. He was a baby, and so I have a job where it made it so that I could watch Eli when he was going through chemo and those kind of things. So I got to see Ben a lot during that time frame, and he just never talked about himself. It was always about someone else, which was very interesting for a 5-year-old. I'll never forget, we went to have dinner at BW3's, and we were getting drinks and stuff, and he looked over and he already lost all of his hair and everything, and he said, "Aunt Tasha, you can't drink after me because I'm really sick and I don't want to get you sick." And I laughed and I was like, "Well, no, Benny, you can't drink after me because you're really sick and we don't want to get you sick." But it was never about him. It was even, for a tiny little 5-year-old boy, it was all about making sure he didn't get anyone else sick or that everyone else was happy, and just that care and that loving that he has just stuck it through.
His willingness and ability to fight, he never really gave up. And I don't know if that's because he was so young and didn't really understand, but I watched my grandfather and my uncle battle cancer, and they weren't lucky enough to beat it. So to watch him go through it and get through it is amazing.
Yeah, of course I'm his mother every day, and I'm every day still, and probably every day for the rest of his life.
I think I was scared for him every day, and I knew that he might not make it out, or he might not wake up in the mornings.
Every day. Every day. I was terrified. I was very scared for his parents.
I was extremely scared, as everybody else in the family was. Finding out that Hodgkin's lymphoma is something that is highly curable, that gave a little bit of relief, but knowing that the rest of his life he has to go through and continually get tested and that kind of thing, we're always going to be diligent in watching for him as his life progresses.
I think the hardest things are making him do things that he doesn't want to do. Follow up doctor's appointments, and chemo before access, and sitting there for 12 hours getting chemo. Because, you know, when you're an adult, there are things you have to do with your children that children won't understand till they're older. And that's the hard thing, is making him go to the follow-ups and stuff when he doesn't want to, knowing though that someday he will understand.
It made me feel scared inside, but the thing is, I didn't want to tell anyone because I think it would make me feel weak or down, so I kept it all inside.
Jake's the best brother I could ever ask for.
Aside from loving him and, you know, just being there, we did as much as we possibly could. We had a head shaving party that I helped organize, and friends of ours came over and they all shaved their head in his honor, and we had shirts made.
Do everything we can for Ben and the rest of the family. We did a fishing derby, we did a head shaving party, and doing things like this video here to help him, you know, be able to share his story is something I can do to help out with that. So
Love you. I mean, and quitting or not doing was never an option, but I mean, you know, it's funny, you just don't think about it while you're doing it. You just